Hi, it's Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. We're all set for Non Farm Payroll Day today. I've only just set this all up. It's 10 to 1. I didn't know if there was going to be any trades this morning, but very quickly we saw this morning that it's not really worth it ahead of Non Farm Payrolls. Now, we've had a lot of movements over in the last 24 hours because the wonderful Donald Trump keeps on tweeting and sending the markets left, right, and centre. So let's have a look at the daily charts going into this then, because I'm probably going to be looking at the euro dollar here. There are a couple of other markets that I might be looking at as well, but so the euro's been coming down over this last week or more. It broke to new lows there. You can see I've got a bit of a trend channel in play at the moment, or a declining trend channel. So there's some scope for the euro to trade within this channel. What we've seen with Donald Trump adding tariffs to China again last night, or announcing the tariffs last night, is we saw the euro dollar do this reversal. Obviously, it was down during the day. It was pretty negative during the day, and then it did this reversal. Donald Trump adding tariffs. What does that actually mean? Well, the markets have taken that it gives a greater probability now of the Federal Reserve cutting rates again in September. Now, the odds of them cutting rates had started to come down because after the back of FOMC on Wednesday, but now he's gone and done that. That adds more trade uncertainty. Trade wars adds more uncertainty, and so the potential is much greater odds now. I think it's over 80% probability as we stand for a rate cut in September. Now, if we get a rate cut, does that mean we see a little bit more of a dollar weakness? Now, the dollar's been very strong. We've technically had some breakdowns here. So, quick look out to the higher time frames on the euro dollar here. This is the monthly. We're technically actually, it doesn't really show quite so well there on the monthly, but we have had that breakdown certainly on the daily. On the weekly here, you can see it's broken those lows. So the euro's at, it's the lowest point that it's been for a couple of years now. Doesn't mean to say it has to keep going down, but it is a technical breakdown. The interesting thing is we have seen that on some other markets as well. So we've seen like Aussie dollar break to new lows. So we'll have to see how these other markets react. Dollar yen was a big one yesterday. Look at this daily chart of the dollar yen. Wow. I mean, it's still following through. Flight to safety. That's what we're seeing there. Flight to safety into the yen. Always seen to be a safe haven currency, a bit like Swiss as well. But anyway, that's what's going on over there. We're looking to see what happens with the non-farm payrolls. I'm expecting them to come out okay. I'm not expecting them to underperform. So how's that going to affect the euro dollar? Let's go to the intraday charts here. Here's the hourly chart. The euros continue to hold up here today going into these non-farm payrolls. Now that's on the back of, like I've said, the potential for a further rate cut or two from the Fed, whereas they're a bit flip-flopping around on Wednesday night about what they were going to do. So there's a bit of strength here. Having said that, those non-farm payrolls could come out strong. Now, if they come out strong, we'll see the euro dollar come down. All right, we should see the euro dollar come down. It depends on how strong those figures come out as to how I decide to trade this. So the potential is if the figures come out pretty much as expected, maybe slightly stronger, we should see the euro come down. But I'll be looking to then fade that. Very often what happens with non-farm payrolls is you end up at the end of the sort of hour or the 4-hour chart, you end up with like a spinning top type candle where you've got sort of equidistance both to the upside and to the downside, and you end up with a spinning top candle. So that's a potential. I haven't looked at the 4-hour chart. Let's have a quick look. Could it do that? Well, it's not a very big candle as yet, so that can happen. So if it looks like it's setting up for that, we're only at 5 to 1 at the moment, so we'll see into the next hour towards 1:30. If it looks like it's setting up for that, then I'll probably fade it on a move to the downside. If those figures are very strong, then I'll probably look to hop in on the short side. But at the moment, looking at my moving averages, you've got the 20-period moving average crossing the 50 here. That would take time for that all that to roll back over. So I prefer to have them all lined up. So the way that it's set at the moment is if we do have a bit of a plunge down, I think it's probably worth fading. Um, but anyway, we'll see. See how big the figures come out. What if the figures come out, sort of, in line with expectations? If they come out in line with expectations, we could in fact see the euro continue to appreciate against the dollar within this channel, in which case I'm quite happy to buy that. If it shoots up, I'll be looking for looking for some sort of opportunity to potentially get long. We'll see. We've got some moving averages up here, which are going to act as resistance. That yellow line is a 200 period moving average, which is around the 50 period on this 4-hour chart. So I have to be aware of the resistance that's there. But anyway, there's also some potential on some other markets as well, but we'll look at that afterwards. So anyway, there's the prep. Giving you a bit of prep today ahead of non-farm payrolls. I'll press pause for now. We'll come back to this closer to the time. Okay, so we just got the news coming out. We're not in a hurry to do anything. Let's just watch and see what happens first of all, and see where the market's going to go. Looks like nothing too major just yet. Let's have a look. See what. What we get, but no major fireworks whatsoever that I'm seeing here. So they probably came in line. I'm just waiting for that to. They came in at 164 versus 165 expected, so they came in line. So so we've got. So they've come in as expected. So sometimes you get a piece of news like today, and you're waiting around for a piece of news like today, and then it comes in like that, and it's not really doing too much. But there might still be some sort of trading on the back of it. I've been talking to the guys in the trading room here about the potential for an up move if the figures come in line. So let's just press pause a second, and we're going to look at this. Okay, just back. So we've really not got enough going on here on the euro, but it doesn't matter which the markets. There's not been any major moves here, and so it's not worth trading. And so today we're 7 minutes in on non-farm payroll day, and it's been, as one of the guys in the trading room just said, a damp squid. And so there's no point in fighting it. So with you guys on the video, we are at 20 to 2. We're done. There's no volatility here today. Volatility has disappeared today. We shall leave it at that. Always a good lesson. Don't have to trade. Always remember. Take care for now. I'll see you next week.